What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the stream. Welcome to our Friday morning market review. I am What the Duck, also known as MetaMatt. I'm here with BTCJ, Jackal, and Swinging Bull. How are we all doing, everyone?
Good morning. Good to see everybody. Happy Friday.
So just so those who are in the Discord know, we are also recording this. So if you do, not able to join, I know it is early, you will be able to check out the recording afterwards. We had a lot to talk about today. I know Tesla is in all the news articles. I heard that there was also a New York Stock Exchange investigation going on, having to do with some technical issues that caused some kind of halt of some sort. And then we also have a whole bunch more to talk about. Anything that the members want to ask, of course, you can feel free to ask in the free live stream chat. But how are we all doing?
Pretty good. Good morning. Good to see you. I see Tesla's up 1.5% this morning.
Yeah, let's jump right into Tesla. What is going on with Tesla?
Well, they're basically outpacing all their competitors in the EV market. So they're doing really good. They're still shining on strong fundamentals, and they're just outpacing all their competitors. So we're seeing a pump here in pre-market. They were up almost 11% yesterday, and the run is continuing here. So good stuff on Tesla. We'll see how they end the week, but looks like they're going to finish pretty strong. And they got some other deals going. There's a Tesla supplier in talks with the EV maker to supply batteries from an Arizona plant. And it's just that the overall investor optimism has definitely improved with Tesla, and that's what we've been seeing the past 2 days with the little rally that's going on right now.
Yeah, I know that Tesla did beat their earnings, but it's looking like that's not the biggest reason why they had that the big pump, or whatever you want to call that. I guess they had the $324 million in deferred revenue for the FSD beta software, which is basically Tesla's self-driving car. I know that they said that this has been 6 years in the making. A lot of analysts are saying that these full self-driving cars is a product that still doesn't really live up to its name. Like, I know I have some friends who have Teslas, and they're not like just sitting kicking back and letting the car drive for them. It's not quite there yet. So do you think that this pump, that is possibly based off of this this product that isn't quite there yet? Do you think it's more so hype, and we could see it drop back down a little bit before consolidating again?
Personally, I was just kind of going over the options chain and things of that nature, and it's very interesting. There's a lot of speculation plays going on with Tesla right now on the options. Tesla basically is accounting for 7% of all options trading on the average day is traded through Tesla options. 7% of all of the options trading are being traded with Tesla right now. So it's very interesting. On the busiest day, Tesla racked up 5.2 million contracts traded, and that was on the busiest options trading day. Of all option contracts, nearly 10% were all traded through Tesla. So that kind of tells you right there, lots of people are speculating with options and things of that nature. I think it continues. A lot of times when we've seen Tesla super bright green one day, like you say, Duck, usually it kind of runs out of steam and it kind of pulls back a little bit. But we're going on, like I said, Tesla was up almost 11% yesterday, and here we are in pre-market, and they're still running. So this could be a continued run for Tesla. And like I said before, they're just outpacing all their competitors right now. So lots of money is flowing into Tesla right now.
Well, speaking of their competitors, I know that there's always the sympathy plays that people like to play, and I know NIO was trading I believe 3% higher at around the $12 range, or high $11. LI Auto shares were also having a sympathy play off of Tesla. Are there any other stocks you look for when a stock like Tesla runs, like other either EV companies or just other blue chip or quote unquote blue chips that might run with it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple that just bounce right off the screen at me. We have Lucid. Okay, Lucid, and that's actually in a U.S. EV maker. Okay, a lot of people think maybe because the name Lucid is kind of exotic sounding that they think it's like not based in the U.S. But Lucid is a U.S. EV maker, and another one is Neo. So those are the two that I like trading. I actually was trading selling some cash secured puts on Neo about a week or so ago. Got some nice profit on that. I think I'm going to rotate to Lucid as soon as we get pullback and probably sell puts on those. So just an example of a couple competitors that are like Tesla. That if the EV sector in general starts running, you can keep your eye on Lucid and Neo for companies outside of Tesla if you wanted to trade those.
There's also Rivian, and
Rivian
yesterday was down 2%, and they're lower today in pre-market. So they're a huge competitor as well, and they are not trading with Tesla. Their RSI is pretty undersold, and compared to Tesla, which is massively overbought. So there's some other options out there as well. Pick up some dips and play some technicals.
Yeah, I like Rivian. That's a good one.
That's definitely a good point. So moving on, we were talking about that NYSE investigation. I don't know if y'all heard about that. Apparently, there's a freakish action or accident. A whole bunch of computer malfunctions led to sudden price distortions. So while this is all getting started, the NYSE apparently pointed to different rules that could allow members or firms affected by the swings to undo some of the damage. I know we always say there's no undo button in the stock market, but with this one, it was over 250 stocks were impacted, including big names like Verizon, McDonald's, Morgan Stanley, AT&T, Nike, Uber, my favorite, and more. Were you guys affected by any of this big trading halt? And what do you think about them possibly hitting that undo button for companies affected or stocks affected?
What do you think, Jack?
I don't think you can really. They should undo anything. It happened. It sucks. I was impacted negatively. Things opened up low for my option swings, and I was looking to sell, but I couldn't sell, and I think I may have ended up losing like almost no money, maybe just a couple of dollars, like essentially break even is when I sold. So it's not the end of the world, but I do not think that they should undo anything. They did mess up. I do think an investigation should happen, and all those steps and protocols should go through, because that is unacceptable. But I think if you were to undo, that would kind of throw off the just the general just how the market's sitting right now. Like it happened. All right, now don't let it happen again.
Yeah, and Duck also, it's one of those things, like you said, it kind of happened. It's kind of hard to undo it because it truly is a big mess to clean up and to go through. And, the exact fallout, the cost of the fallout when all that happened, that affected, brokers and retail traders, they're saying is in the 8-figure range. That's going to be pretty difficult to kind of unwind and kind of fix there. It could take, even if they did try and get people money back, I mean, we're talking probably years of a process for that to happen. We'll see what happens, but like I said, it's a big mess to clean up. And we'll see what the SEC can do about it. It's kind of one of those things that, like we were saying earlier, it kind of happened. It's kind of hard to undo that. So we'll see if there's even anything the SEC can do. But they're saying that when that glitch happened, we're talking 8-figure range is what it costed brokers and retail traders.
Wow. And for those who don't know what happened, typically stocks open for trading on the New York Stock Exchange at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Each stock is giving an opening price that's determined by all the orders accumulated overnight and in the pre-market trading before the opening bell. Well, apparently, when the stocks opened, during this big halt, or I guess you can call it a technical issue, all the shares opened with supply and demand imbalances at prices completely wrong from where they closed on the Monday. This happened on a Tuesday, so basically, like they're saying, hey, here's the prices, and they were wrong. So people were buying and selling based off of faulty prices, which is almost unheard of, which is crazy. I know Sashi says that my calls went from 350% to down 80%. So I sold them after the halt, and of course they at least made it back up to my break even after that. Like this is like we preach trading psychology and risk management, like things like this, you don't really plan for this, right, Bull? Like this, has this ever happened like in your to you in your trading career?
I've never seen anything on like this on this scale, because those 16 stocks that it happened to, I mean, we're talking about big names. I mean, Oxy was in there. I think Walmart was halted. I mean, it was nuts seeing that. And I, when I saw it, when it happened that morning, literally, I usually only keep blue chip stocks on my main watch list. And I'm scrolling through my watch list, and there's like 6 of them halted on my watch list. I was like, what is going on? Did like another war break out in the world and they're just halting trading and like everyone run for cover? I mean, I didn't know what was going on, because you don't see something like that where all these blue chip companies were halted at the same time. It kind of was a little worrisome that something was going on in the world, and hey, we got to halt trading. I just was unsure what was going on, so it was scary.
It's like what? It's like,
it was scary.
It's like, is there something else going on that we don't know about, like behind the scenes? Like, that's wild. I know a lot of the meme traders or degen traders, or however you want to call it. They loved AMC back in the day. They loved their GameStop, and now Bed Bath & Beyond is like the new meme stock, or whatever you want to call it, that everyone's talking about. Apparently they defaulted on a credit line with JP Morgan, and they're warning that they lack the cash to pay down its debt. So once again, Bed Bath & Beyond warned of a potential bankruptcy filing, which is looking more and more likely day by day. What do you think about all this? I know everyone loves to talk about Bed Bath & Beyond on the social media platforms. What's your take on all this?
Yeah, I mean, Bed Bath & Beyond, it's definitely in the meme stock realm now. Eventually, I think they are going to file for Chapter 11. That's going to probably go through. Now, a lot of people, as soon as they hear, oh, Chapter 11, they think, okay, the company's going to go under, it's going to get delisted, it's over, the party's over. That's not what Chapter 11 means. Chapter 11 is a restructure of your company. And there's there's companies that have gone through Chapter 11 that once the Chapter 11 is completed, that you're still able to trade it. So it's kind of like a reorganization of the company, a restructure of the company, figure out who's the major people or companies that they owe debt to, where did they fall at in line on the Chapter 11 as far as when they're going to get paid and things of that nature. So Chapter 11 isn't the end of the world, but it's definitely not a good thing.
Well, you're talking about restructuring. Apparently, Bed Bath & Beyond's board appointed Carol Flatten, who is known as a restructuring expert, as an independent director, effective immediately. And get this, she's going to be paid in cash in advance, payable in cash in advance, $30,000 a month for this restructuring. Wow. So I guess they're not hurting too much when it comes to to money. I know they have the market value at something around like $295 million, but they're willing to pay cash up front, $30,000 a month to this restructuring expert. It seems like they're not just rolling over and playing dead like you were saying. It is time for a restructure.
Yeah,
so that's definitely.
And a lot of times when the whole restructure terms and things of that nature, they start talking about that, 9 times out of 10 it's because they defaulted on some big loans, and they have to take care of that. So it doesn't mean it's the end of the world for the company, but it's definitely a bad thing. And they, like you said, Duck, they hired this person to be kind of the head of the restructuring, and they're paying that person $30,000 a month. So maybe there will be some light at the end of the tunnel for Bed Bath & Beyond if this person can restructure everything and keep them above water, basically.
TK23 is probably saying time to shift to OTC as BBBYQ. Do you see that ever happening? Yeah. Do you see Bed Bath & Beyond joining Nintendo and the other OTC companies over there?
What do you think about that, Bitcoin, Jay?
Let me just...
You've done some analysis on some OTC stocks too. Yeah.
Not really OTC, but especially here BBBY. I've been actually looking at this for a while, and I think that this... I had 230 on my radar for a while, because we basically had a bottom there at 127 and then a big top at 586. So if we take some fib retracements on that, actually that 230, 228 level is the golden pocket there, and I think that we yesterday wicked in that, and that we are holding above it. I think there is definitely potential for an exit bump, even if yeah, this is not the place to short this. I'm more than interested to get me some bet beyond here, and to just cut it below $2 and to try and ride the wave back up, because I think that a lot of people are going to be tricked into shorting this here.
Yeah.
Just because they read some news and they're like, it's over, max puts, and that's probably not how it's going to work here.
Yeah. And, you know, if BBBY does get delisted from the major exchanges and ends up becoming an OTC stock, just a quick note, Fidelity, if you have a Fidelity account, you can trade OTC stocks on Fidelity. So I just wanted to let everyone know that.
Yeah, I love Fidelity. Actually, I learned that one during our Zadar's OTC classes, the OTC 101 classes we have in the Discord.
Jersey, our good friend
Jersey. Yeah, Mr. Jersey. So I know that, you know, with the earnings season, we were talking about Intel earlier. They had a pretty bad quarterly earnings report. Hasbro, the big game company, not video games, but board games.
Yeah.
Brands include My Little Pony, Dungeons and Dragons as well. They don't have their fourth quarter results until February 16th. So they still have, you know, a good like 15, 16 days or so, or even more than that, actually.
Yeah.
But they are already warning investors that the earnings are going to be bad. So what would you do as far as that? Because like obviously now everyone, it's not like it's secret. Like they told everyone. It's on the you know, the internet right here. So like obviously it's not like you're in early on that news, like, you know, first. So what would you do in this type of situation where you see a company saying, hey, things are not going to be good? Are you going to short? Or are you going to maybe like look for some type of long to like build, like, you know, for that for that bounce play if there is a overreaction to the downside? Or what do you usually do in these kind of scenarios?
Well, something similar to this happened last year with a completely different sector, and it was because of the supply chain issues. First, we saw Costco take a huge beating, and then any other competitor that was similar to them, it's just like the situation. They didn't have earnings until like a week or two later. But once Costco, you know, kind of really got hit hard negatively, all their competitors started selling off even before they released their earnings. So that's kind of what we're seeing with the reaction to Intel, is we have other companies like them or competitors that are already starting to sell off even before they release their earnings. So if you're long on any of their competitors right now, it might be wise to probably start taking profits if you're already in the green, because this is just kind of like a telltale sign that they're going to have similar issues when they go to report their earnings. So they're kind of giving you a heads up in a way, Doug. You know, the investors' reactions to Intel's earnings was negative. So if you have positions in any of their competitors, you're kind of getting a heads up here, an early warning sign. So maybe you want to start taking risk off the table if you do have positions with any of Intel's competitors, because when they go to report earnings, we're probably going to see something similar to what's going on with Intel right now. And a lot of times their competitors, they'll go ahead and start selling off before their earnings. And then when they release their earnings, they've kind of already sold off to the point where they're not going to be down 10% the next day, because they've kind of over the past couple of weeks already started selling off in anticipation of that, you know,
like a little here, a little there, not to create any panic or whatever. How do you usually, because I know, like, well, you know, I'm from the NFT space as well, and, you know, we have the blockchain, which BTCJ knows all about the blockchain, how the blockchain never lies. I can track what Gary Vee's doing, what Snoop Dogg's doing, what they're buying, what they're selling. You know, it's very transparent. And I know with stock market, you know, there are different ways to, you know, the whale watchers and stuff like that. What do you use to see what, like, you know, what companies are doing when it comes to maybe these small sell-offs, so you can anticipate what to do next, or even just whales when it comes to that? Like, you know, obviously, you know, we have Kathy Wood and Kramer's all over social media, but what do you use when it comes to tracking what other people in the market are doing or what other companies are doing?
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few companies that offer what's called order flow data. Okay, and they're usually paid services. A big name, just to give everyone an idea, is Unusual Whales. There's a service called Unusual Whales, and you can actually follow the big money order flow as they're, and it'll actually let you know if they're buying all these options or they're selling all these options. Because we get that question a lot is, you know, we look at the option chain trying to find out where the big money's moving their stuff. And, you know, just from looking at the options chain, we don't really know if they're buying or selling those options. Okay. It doesn't tell you on a regular option chain. But, you know, there are data order flow companies that will tell you if they're buying or selling. And of course, you have to pay like a monthly fee to get access to this data. But I have some services that I pay for that I can go in on any given day and see if there's been, you know, 10,000 contracts long on a particular stock. I can go in there and see that every single day. So that's just, you know, just an example of some data order flow you know, services that you can use to kind of see where the money's going.
Nice. And I know that people who are using those are probably going to be watching what, you know, the whales and you know, the big market makers, as we call them, are doing with some of the big earnings plays coming up for next week. We have GM, McDonald's, Meta, Facebook, Apple, Google, Amazon, Ford, and Starbucks. Are there any of those, or just any in general, when it comes to earnings for next week that you're looking at?
I think Starbucks goes up.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
People getting their coffee. They don't care about
so.
the government telling us to all save our $5 or whatever because of inflation.
Exactly. I think regardless of inflation, people are still getting their coffee.
I don't even drink coffee, but now just because the government's telling us not to do it to save money, I'm going to go out there and buy start drinking coffee just to spite them.
I love coffee.
Yeah.
No, I just use the McDonald's app, and it's 99 cents for any size. I just drink it black, so it's gonna taste bad anywhere. So, there's a little tip for you. Use the app. It's only $1 for any size.
I always thought it was the opposite. People who drank coffee black were more particular about their coffee because they're not like just putting milk and sugar and like sweetening it up and all that. But you don't care. You're like, I'll just drink whatever.
Yeah, I don't just keep it black, but no preference on the taste.
What about you, Jay? I see you falling asleep over there. Are you a coffee drinker?
No, I'm definitely a coffee and an energy drink drinker.
Yeah.
I get quite a lot of caffeine in me every day. Absolutely.
You have to. I see you live trading at all sorts of hours in the over at Titan Trading because crypto, like you, never sleeps. I see you like facts. 5 hours at a time, like leverage trading over there.
Yeah. That's daily business over there.
Really quickly, while we are here on that subject, Jay and Jackal, I guess, do you want to just quickly mention what Titan Trading is?
Oh, for sure. Titan Trading is basically the sister server of Penny Boys, where we do crypto trading and crypto leverage trading, and where we are very focused on basically, the leverage trading aspect and doing, like you guys are doing options here in Penny Boys. Honestly, the leverage trading that we do on crypto is extremely similar, with the difference that there are no opening hours, so it's a 24/7 market. You can take in an infinite amount of trades. So I see a lot of advantages in crypto over stocks, but I also do stocks, of course. Like, for example, the whole halting situation from this week. That's something that you're never gonna get with crypto. You're never gonna get these crazy gaps up and down overnight. So I prefer that actually because a 24/7 market, to me, as someone who is at the charts all day. That's what I want. I want to be in and out whenever is needed.
So FTX, big thing in the news, the scam going on around crypto. Logan Paul and his crypto scam. There's I can name off 1,000 different celebrities who are involved in some type of crypto scam in the news. So what do you tell people who are here in Penny Boys, in the stock market? They like their stocks, they like their Web 2 investments. What do you say to them who are skeptical about crypto and skeptical, hearing about all these scams and all this thing? How do you maybe comfort them and give them that cushion when it comes to entering the wild west of crypto?
I think the first thing is that you need to make a clear distinction between Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some other top 10 coins. Between that and like NFTs, because in reality NFTs they have a value in Ethereum or Solana, as you know, and then you have the underlying assets in a bear market is going down, but then the the NFT itself is also going down in like floor price, floor price. So that's like a double risk that both the underlying asset goes down in value and that your NFT just drops in floor price. It's extremely dangerous. I've never ever in my life actually really looked into it too much. I've just I started just trading Bitcoin, and that's all I did for a long time. I didn't even trade altcoins. I'm very risk averse, in fact. So it's not that I'm a DJ here saying, "Oh, this is the way to 100x your account." Well, it's not how it goes. It's like you focus on the big cryptos like Bitcoin and Ethereum first, and you get some kind of understanding of everything, and then just as a general rule of thumb, I am personally not branching out anywhere like apart from the top 10, 15 coins on coin market cap. Everything that is not in the top 15 is kind of already sketchy to me, to be honest.
I saw you making 800% on Boncoin. Don't lie.
I'm not gonna. That's not what I'm holding. That's
No,
just
I know,
that's just leverage trading in and out, like in a matter of minutes or even like hours. But that's something different than, of course, holding that asset. Like that Boncoin there, the meme coin. I would never be interested in something like that, or SHIB or Doge, because the supply of those things is basically infinite. While with Bitcoin, obviously you have 21 million coins, and then at least you have that guarantee of scarcity. And with all these meme coins, that's definitely not the thing to hold in a bear market. But yeah, leverage trading is extremely helpful because you can make money on things without needing to hold them, basically.
No, I agree. Especially with when it comes to trading versus investing, like, with the crypto market, Bitcoin, Ethereum, those are the ones, that I'm personally looking at more so an investment. Whereas, like, trading in and out, Boncoin, SHIB, Doge, no problem. I'm definitely down to do that. But I'm not, like you said, those are not ones that I am putting into my long-term wallet, hoping for it to grow over time, like not even a little bit. So nothing wrong with trading the meme coins. And I know you are very good at trading the meme coins, but you're trading them. Kind of like with, you have the penny stocks versus your blue chips. And even with people starting out in the crypto market, you were saying start out with Bitcoin, Ethereum, learn how it works. We say the same thing when it comes to trading. Like, we're not saying, like, when we first start trading stocks, like jump right into the first meme or the first, meme stock, like, could go right into Bed Bath Beyond or GameStop, or go right into a penny stock. And we're like, no, you want to start off a little slower. You just see how the market works, see what a limit order, how that works, how it fills, how a stop order actually works with, less volatile stocks or paper trading. And then as you move on, you can graduate or continue going, to the more volatile, like, options trading, or even, trading penny stocks or day trading, those types of stocks, the meme coins.
Yeah, good point.
Devastator in the chat says you're going to be broke on Mars without Dogecoin. That's, what, if Elon Musk is the one to make it to Mars, I wouldn't be surprised if he makes Dogecoin the official currency of Mars, and all the people who the Dogecoin millionaire will be laughing at us. But until we are on Mars, I definitely agree with you, Jay, that the Dogecoin, SHIBs, and bonks, and all the other weird names.
It's the same thing. It's very similar to BBBY. You can trade BBBY, but are you really interested to hold that for 6 months out or so on spot? I would say probably not.
Well, the people who are the ones who are just degen speculative, like YOLO trading, like, because, and then people do that, they're the ones who were buying Doge at 72 cents and saying, hold, it's going to go to $5. So, it happens to all of us. But yeah, I know we just hit the opening bell. Anything else from y'all?
Oh, just, happy Friday. It's the end of the week. There's no reason to overtrade today. You don't want to give your profits back that you've made throughout the week. Some people tend to do that because they know there's no trading on the weekend. So they try and get their fill in on Friday.
There is trading on the weekend.
Crypto.
There is trading on the weekend.
If you get bored, you can trade crypto. Absolutely. So yeah, just be safe today, everybody. That's all. Yes. Don't give everything back that you've made all week.
Speaking of the weekend, on Sunday at 8 p.m. we have another market review stream, and then tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, with Nikki, we have our game night, which is always a lot of fun. And then coming up today in around 27 minutes at 10 a.m. Eastern, I'm going to be going on the Decoders podcast, and we'll be discussing just Penny Boys, content creation, just trading in general, and just like the whole. We're going to be doing a lot of the backstory of Penny Boys. I saw the notes that he has for me, and so there'll be a lot of, like, for those of you who are new and wondering, like, how did Penny Boys start? Like, 2-3 years ago, what was the thought process behind the people who were, who were in the trenches back when we had like 100, 200 members? Well, that's what I'm going to be talking about. So if you're curious about that, definitely tune in. It's under the I actually posted a link to it in the chat. That's at 10 a.m. Eastern. Then at 2 p.m. Eastern today, we have our alternative finance Twitter Spaces, and Bull, Jay, and Jack would love if y'all be able to show up and rep Penny Boys as speakers. It's gonna be on Twitter. We talking about alternative finance, so not just stocks, not just crypto, not just NFTs, but also other ways of making money. Because all of us, we are here in Penny Boys, we're investors, and investors or traders or hustlers, whatever you want to call it. We had that mentality where we want to make money. And people, we started off as stocks and we went to crypto, and then some of us went over to NFTs. There are a lot of ways to make money. Whether it is, like I said, stocks, crypto, NFTs, or even real estate, bonds, flipping houses, flipping cars at a garage sale or whatever. So we're gonna be bringing up a whole bunch of fun guests who have expertise in alternate finance and other ways of making money, because the whole goal of Penny Boys is to help members make money. And so if we can do that in a way that's outside of the market, then why not? So that's 2 p.m. Eastern on Twitter Spaces, 10 a.m. Eastern for the podcast today. Hope to see y'all there. But as always, until then, I hope that you all make some bread.
Cheers, everybody.
Bye, guys.